Hey guys, it's TCG here. I know it's been quite a while, but I wanted to make this video. Before we move on to the video, I want to make a few disclaimers. First of all, this video was released before the Noctis reveal trailer, which was the final DLC character that is going to be revealed for Tekken 7. And this was recorded 4 days before the Tekken World Tour Finals, and I've finally able to get around to uploading it. But I mentioned in the video later on that we don't know who the DLC character is for DLC 3, but now we know it's Noctis from Final Fantasy 15, so keep that in mind. This video was basically a week late. Let's just say that. Second thing I want to say is I don't have any beef or hate against the individual I'm going to be responding to today. I'm pretty sure their channel's fine. I'm pretty sure they're a nice person, to say the least. So please, for the love of God, do not go to their channel and fucking bash on them. They don't deserve it. I'm just making a response video here. And finally, no, I do not think Geese is overpowered like the title says. That's just an attention grabber, but this is more of a response video to someone who arguably does think Geese might be overpowered. But hey, Geese Howard is coming out in a few days, so let's get excited for that, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. So recently, GameSpot actually uploaded some recent gameplay footage of early Geese Howard for Tekken 7, and to be quite fair, I was kind of excited. I was never really much of a King of Fighters type of guy, but I really did like Geese Howard as a character, and I loved playing him in Capcom vs SNK 2. When I saw this, I was pretty excited, but then I looked over to one of my recommended videos titled, Why I'm Not Excited for Geese Howard, Read the Description. So apparently this is a re-upload of a video, and let's read the description before we look into this wonderful video. Hey guys, it's Jenny. Windows Movie Maker messed up my video. I may re-upload this video because of Windows Movie Maker unnecessarily clipping parts of the video and not syncing up with what I say. Also, I rushed to make it. Gee, you really don't want to admit to people that you rushed to make content. Look, we understand you want to get an opinion out there very quickly, but telling people that you on purposely rushed a video just for a quick opinion isn't exactly a good idea. Sorry that I sound out of breath in this video. I felt the need to make this video before the arrival of Geese Howard. Please make sure you watch the whole video before commenting. Thanks. Also, if you know of any good and free video editing softwares, please let me know. I've been searching for good editing softwares because I've seen a bunch of watermark and crappy editors. At this point, I'm fed up with Windows Movie Maker. Or, you could just get a job and purchase one of these editing softwares. Or, if you want to be that guy, or that girl, you can just torrent a software, I guess. Or find a CD key online, I don't know. Why don't you just get a CD key? I don't think they're that expensive, are they? Anyway, let's get on to the video on why this individual is not excited for Geese Howard in Tekken 7. Let's begin.
Hey guys, this is just a little disclaimer before you watch the video. Please, before you like the video, dislike the video, comment on the video, please, oh please watch the whole thing.
Oh, I can assure you there's going to be more dislikes than likes already. Oh, wait. There already is.
I'm not trying to say that anybody from a different video game that has powers should not be in Tekken 7. That is not what I'm saying.
Well, let's hope that's not the case and you stick with your word for it. I have a feeling there's going to be some bullshit about Akuma in here because, well, Akuma was pretty hyped too. And now that Geese is coming in the game, that's even more hype. But hopefully, well, let's just hope you keep your word on that.
What I'm saying is that if you're going to bring a character from a different game, make sure they play like a Tekken character.
Well, I'm not sure if that's really the case, because while Akuma is completely different from most of the roster in Tekken 7 right now, he still plays sort of like a Tekken character, but he still keeps his Street Fighter elements, which makes him a unique character. So I'm not sure if making Geese Howard play exactly like a Tekken character would be a good idea. Because, I mean, if he played exactly like a Tekken character, he wouldn't be that interesting. His unique moveset from his King of Fighters formula is what makes him unique, as well as Akuma with his Street Fighter style. So making Geese Howard play exactly like a Tekken character, I don't think is exactly what you were trying to go for. Or maybe you were.
That's very vital. What I'm scared is Geese Howard is going to come to this game playing as a King of Fighters character. I know it's a long disclaimer, but as my argument is when you saw with Street Fighter X Tekken, The Tekken characters fought like Street Fighter characters. That's very important to know.
Well, no shit, because Street Fighter Cross Tekken was a two-dimensional fighting game. Of course they're gonna play like Street Fighter characters. The whole point of Street Fighter Cross Tekken was not only for a big promotional game between both franchises, but to get Tekken players into Street Fighter. And to be honest, it sort of worked. Not exactly, but it sort of worked. And honestly, the implementation of Tekken characters in a 2D universe was actually well executed. Kazuya still had his electrics, Lily still had all of her crazy flip kicks and shit, and Nina still had her forward 1+2. I mean, lots of moves from Tekken are within those characters, and even though they play more like Street Fighter, all of the key moves within those characters are in the game, causing people from the Tekken community to at least give some type of Street Fighter gameplay to try it out. And I think that was actually a good thing for Street Fighter Cross Tekken, so I don't see what the problem is about that.
In Tekken 7, Akuma, who is a Street Fighter character, fights like a Street Fighter character. This is a no-no.
Well, yeah, because he's from Street Fighter. I'd expect him to fight like a Street Fighter character. I don't see what's wrong with that.
This is a problem because this makes the game unbalanced.
Unbalanced? Whoa. Look, I understand when Akuma first came out at the beginning of Fated Retribution. He was quite a bit busted in the sense he did a lot of damage. But now we're at the console release and the PC release, aka the home release. And to be quite honest, he's one of the most fair and balanced characters in the game. I don't really see the problem with it now. If you made this video about a year ago when Akuma first came out in arcades and then you told me this, he was a bit unbalanced back then. But not because he was a Street Fighter character, but mainly because he just did a lot of damage.
But these are all based off my predictions.
Predictions? Wait, so you're assuming that Geese Howard is going to be overpowered? Is that what you're assuming? I don't know. Now let's get on to the video.
Hey guys, this is Jenny.
Hi Jenny. Hope you're having a wonderful day today.
And today I'm going to be talking about why I am not excited for Geese Howard. And let's get straight into the video. The real reason why I'm not excited for Geese Howard is because whenever somebody mentions Geese Howard or that they're gonna main him, I instantly think of a hype train.
Well, yeah. It's one of the most badass fighting game characters of all time, put into one of the most badass fighting games of the year. The fact that Geese Howard is gonna be in Tekken is actually kind of cool. And even Akuma, even though he's not my favorite Street Fighter character, it was fucking hype as hell to see Akuma in the game. And it actually made me want to pick up Tekken 7 because of it.
And when I think of a hype train, I thought of the hype train that routed around Akuma.
Well, yeah, it's deja vu all over again. Akuma was hype, he still kind of is, and hopefully it's the same with Geese Howard.
And people hyped him up, seriously.
Well, yeah, it's a Street Fighter character in an official canon Tekken game. How is that not going to be hype?
They hyped him to the highest degree possible.
I mean, he was on the main poster for Tekken 7 Fated Retribution, so I guess I can give you credit there.
You saw people coming from the Street Fighter community to play as Akuma in Tekken 7. You saw people who are not even interested in Tekken 7 only picking up the game solely for the fact that Akuma was going to be in the game.
I'm sorry to break this to you, but that was actually me back in the day. I didn't really have many interests in Tekken. Even though I played Tekken 5 as a kid a lot, I wasn't that interested in Tekken to begin with when I was playing Street Fighter a year ago. And also, why is this a bad thing? If Akuma is going to be in Tekken 7, that causes people from the Street Fighter scene to actually want to give Tekken a try because with a character like Akuma, they'll be familiar with his gameplay style and his mechanics. That way it'll be maybe a little bit easier to get into Tekken. So, and the fact that we want more people to play Tekken, it's not a bad thing. So I really don't see how this is a problem. So what if they didn't have any interest in Tekken back then? If they do now because of one character, Who cares?
Now, fast forwarding to a couple of months from the release date, you see that a lot of people don't like Akuma.
Well, maybe the low ranks don't like him. I guess. I'm not sure.
A lot of people start saying, I don't want another Street Fighter character in the game.
Well, personally myself, I do want another Street Fighter character in the game, and if I had to pick one, that would absolutely be Juri, because Juri is indeed my favorite fighting game character of all time. And seeing her have a battle between Hwoarang would be one of the best things I would ever see. And even though that happened in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, I would like to see it in more of a Tekken-style fashion.
Now, Geese is not from Street Fighter.
Well, yeah, no shit.
He is from Fatal Fury, King of Fighters, whatever have you.
Well, yeah. He's been around for the SNK lineup for quite a long time. He's an iconic fighting game character, actually.
But the fact is, people are so annoyed with Akuma today.
Again, maybe the low ranks. I personally am not.
People don't like to go against him, and it's not just for the fact that he's a spammy character. I think the biggest reason is that he doesn't fight like a typical Tekken character.
Well, yeah, because he is actually kind of defensive in a sense, because you are able to spam fireballs, and for low rank people that may be a problem. Because they're too stupid enough to realize that sidestepping exists and you can completely avoid his fireballs. So just sidestep. Besides, there's special mids, so even if you crouch block, it's not going to give you that much damage. The only thing you can spam with Akuma is maybe his crouching heavy kick, otherwise known as his down back 4, or his quarter circle forward 1, which is his fireball. And those are the only two moves you can truly spam with Akuma. There isn't really much moves you can spam with. It's not like you can spam that much with him compared to characters like Kazumi or Dragunov, where they can just do down 2, down forward 1, and stuff like that. And even then, if the move is good, you might as well use it in your arsenal. I don't see what the problem is of using a good move. If fireballs are a good utility for Akuma, then people have all the right to use the move as much as they want.
Now, hold the phone. I understand that people will say, oh, well, Devil Jin has quote-unquote spammy moves because he has a laser.
A laser? You're calling Devil Jin's laser a spammy move? What? What? Look, the laser usually hits high, and most Devil Jin people who even use lasers at high level use it for a combo ender. They don't use it on Oki, cause it's a bad thing. It's extremely unsafe. So there's no reason to do it. Again, maybe low ranks struggle with the fact that yes, you can actually duck in this game and duck under his laser. And if he's going for the mid option, you can just sidestep it. I don't really see what the problem is with Devil Jin's laser. And calling Devil Jin a spammy character is a slap in the face.
Elisa has a spammy chainsaw and everything else.
Yes, Elisa can be quite spammy, and I agree that she is one of the most annoying characters to fight in the game. And yes, her chainsaws usually are kind of plus on block, which is kind of dumb. But even though she's a spammy character, she has a lot of lows that are unsafe, and to be honest, she kind of relies on counter hit for a lot of her strings. So it does balance out in the end. And just because a character is spammy doesn't exactly mean they're fundamentally flawed or just a trash character in general. I personally hate Elisa, but I know her character isn't exactly the most unbalanced thing and spammy thing to fight. I can assure you Kazumi is way more spammy than Elisa will ever be. And I'm a Kazumi main myself, and I would admit to that.
Okay, I got it. But you don't day in, day out see people complain about Devil Jin.
Well, no, because Devil Jin is a high execution, high risk, high reward character. He's an all-around balanced Mishima who is really fun. So, no, not a lot of people complain about Devil Jin because he's extremely fair.
Devil Jin is a SS tier character.
No, he's not. Maybe in Tag 2 he was, but in Tekken 7 he's not. Or maybe in Tekken 5. Again, I didn't really start truly playing Tekken until Tekken 7 came out. So, No, he's not SS tier, and if he was, way more people would be using him.
He's at the tippy top.
No, he's not.
And it's a lot of people like to play as Doujin. People are okay playing against him. You don't see a lot of crap.
I don't see a lot of Devil Jins, and when I do, they're usually really good and know basic fundamentals of Tekken. But I guess you don't, because you don't know that you can sidestep his laser.
And wait. Let's talk about Lisa real quick, because a lot of you guys like to, get on her, the robot girl. You know, the whole chainsaw stuff.
Oh boy, here we go. Elisa Boskanovich, huh? Well, I don't know. I don't like her myself, but let's see what she has to say.
Just hit her, folks. That's all you have to do. Just hit her. Hit her once and the chainsaw is gone.
Okay, if that's all you have to do, then why are you complaining about her spamming? Just do a down forward one and be over with it. Okay, I really don't see the argument here. You called her a spammy character early on, but you're saying now it's not that hard to fight against her because you could just hit her and her chainsaws would go away. So what exactly are you trying to prove here? Maybe I'm misinterpreting this, but if you said earlier she's spammy, why are you saying now it's easy to counteract that spam just by doing a simple jab? I don't understand.
I'm just not a fan of people bringing in these villainous characters that are super OP because
Akuma hasn't been OP since Super Turbo, okay? That was probably the last game where he was truly fucking ridiculous. And maybe some people may want to argue vanilla Street Fighter 4, but again, I didn't start playing fighting games until a month before Street Fighter 5 came out. And even though I went back to Street Fighter 2 and 3, the only time where I truly felt he was busted was in Super Turbo. Ever since then, he's been a pretty fair and balanced character, so I really don't see how he's overpowered.
What I'm predicting is that Geese Howard is going to be in this game. Everybody's going to love him. Give it a few months, but people will not want to play against him.
Well, maybe a few people might not want to play against him, but maybe there's some people who actually like fighting against certain characters. I love fighting Mishimas online. They're so much fun to deathmatch against. And while Akuma isn't exactly the most fun character to fight against, the satisfaction of beating a really good Akuma is pretty awesome. So if there are really good Geese Howard players out there once he finally releases, I really don't see the issue. If people find it fun to fight against him and find it fun to win against him, I don't really see the issue.
Against him. I'm not saying that you're not going to want to play him.
Well, of course I'm going to want to play him. He's fucking Geese Howard.
Because I've been seeing so many people want to main him as it is.
Okay, well, I agree with that. They're just getting on the hype train. But maybe some people genuinely just want to main Geese Howard because he's actually cool. And maybe they're familiar with the King of Fighters formula.
What I'm saying is that in ranked battles, I'm kind of nervous.
Why did the audio just cut out there? I didn't even edit the video like that. It was actually like that.
Nervous about even playing against him as well with one of my main characters.
And who would your main character be? Are you gonna tell us? No? I didn't think so.
Because Akuma, as I've said, does not play as a Tekken character.
Well, yeah, we already established this. And who cares, quite frankly?
So many people don't like to play as Akuma.
Wait. I get it, you try to put an asterisk there, and it took me a while to realize you put an asterisk there, but yeah, I get it. People don't like to fight against Akuma, maybe at the lower ranks, and personally, I don't as much either, but I'm not gonna cry myself to sleep when I have to fight against an Akuma.
But so many people hyped him up on the day of release. Akuma is great. I'm gonna main Akuma, whatever they were saying. They wanted Akuma. They were ecstatic that he was in. Now look at him now. A lot of people don't want to play him.
Play against him again. Okay, I get it.
Another thing why I'm not excited about Geese Howard is solely for the fact that He's picking people from the ground.
Yeah. So? King has ground moves too. Some characters have ground moves. The only thing I can really think of is King, and maybe he is the only character. Again, I'm kind of new to Tekken. I only started really playing it like a month or two before Tekken 7 came out with Tekken Tag Tournament 2. But still, the only character I know for a fact that has ground pickup moves is King. So seeing Geese Howard do it isn't really that much of a surprise to me. Besides, if you don't tech roll fast enough, maybe you can get away from those moves. But I guess if you're too slow, then yeah, you may get grabbed by those ground moves.
He's picking people from the ground. Now, I'm not really sure if King, because I'm pretty sure King has moves that where you're like knocked out or in the air, he can grab you.
Yeah, he has a lot of throws actually that can both anti-air you and pick you up off the ground.
I understand that. That's annoying.
Well, yeah, quite frankly, King in general is annoying. But you don't see me calling him OP. I don't think King is OP at all. I just think he's annoying.
I'm not saying that, King, just because he's a Tekken character, he does stuff like that, I'm going to give him a pass. No, that's annoying.
So it's bad for Geese Howard to pick people up off the ground. But it's also annoying that King can do it too. Are you trying to say that characters that can pick people off the ground shouldn't be in the game? Well, shit. That means Geese Howard won't be in the game. But hey, at least King won't be in the game anymore.
I used to play... So that's one...
You used to play what? Again, your audio cut off. Maybe you're just bad at editing or something, but I really don't know what you were trying to say there.
One of the things why I'm not excited for Geese Howard because of the whole picking the character up. I just really don't like that.
Wait, what? What are you trying to say there? You don't want people to pick him up? You don't want people to spend their money and their hard-earned money on the season pass just so they could play Geese Howard? What is that for you to decide? If people want to spend their money to play Geese Howard, they have the right to do so. In fact, I have the season pass on both PC and Xbox One. So yes, I have Geese Howard on both platforms. And when he comes out, I'm going to have a good time and play him on both.
The third thing that I'm not excited for Geese Howard for is his constant parries.
I don't think Asuka's parries are overpowered. Yes, they're annoying because you can hold them down, but I think Geese Howard's parries are actually going to be timing based. So, yeah, I feel like they're just going to be like any other normal parry in the game, minus Asuka's. Asuka is the only character where you can truly just hold down a parry and have fucking low ranks run into them. So if Geese Howard's parry isn't as overpowered and you can time it perfectly, then I don't see the issue here. In fact, I actually really did enjoy the parry system in Street Fighter 3. So seeing a parry system that was pretty much in Tekken already to begin with, but now you can parry rage arts and shit, is kind of cool. And if you are a skilled player enough to do that, then yes, reward the player for being able to parry a rage art. There's nothing wrong with that.
Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people like the parries and think that they're so awesome, but just wait. Just wait until you go against him, because so many people are thinking about, oh my goodness, I can't wait to main him. I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do that with him.
Well, yeah, they have the right to do so. I bet some King of Fighters players are really excited to do some certain moves that Geese Howard was able to do in KOF and now do them in Tekken. Same as the Tekken community. They're ready for Geese Howard to come out Tekken 7 and try them out. So, again, I don't see the issue here.
But you have to think about, okay, if I go against him, is he going to be too hard? Is he going to be balanced? Is he going to make me throw my controller against the TV in ranked battle?
Well, if you throw your controller against your TV or monitor, then that's a serious issue, and you might want to seek mental help. I've thrown controllers in the past before over very stupid games, and yes, I did throw my controller once during playing Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Well, as you guys know, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is just a bad game. But even then, throwing your controller over one character in the game is kind of surreal. And I haven't thrown a controller in quite a while. In fact, I haven't thrown a controller since May. And every time I thought I was about to do it, I thought to myself, you know, if I throw my controller, I'm gonna look like a complete jackass like I did a few months ago. So, maybe people should stop throwing their controllers over one character. And as for the balance thing, Akuma is extremely fair, so maybe Geese Howard is probably going to be pretty fair too. And besides, if he isn't fair and overpowered when he first comes out, people will complain about it to Harada, and I guarantee you his inbox is going to be spammed to the brim with nonstop Nerf Geese Howard emails, and it will happen eventually if he ends up being overpowered. But I highly doubt that.
So you have to think about these things. Because yes, he looks uber awesome.
Well, yeah, he looks fucking sick.
It's just that I'm thinking that a couple of weeks from when he's released, people are going to get annoyed of him. People are going to go on forums talking about him, talking about how to defeat him. So,
well, yeah, people do that with every character in the game, actually. Some people, like myself, struggle to fight against Hwoarang and King and Law and whatever fucking character you want to play. It's just a common thing. If people struggle against a fight a character, they're going to want to know how to fight against that character. That's just nature. We want to overcome our struggles and learn how to fight different characters. So, seeing as people talking about how to defeat Geese Howard, anti-Geese Howard threads and shit, where they're going to explain how you can effectively get around Geese Howard, how is that an issue? As far as I know, every person wants to defeat every character in their path when they play a fighting game. Why would people not want to know how to play the Geese Howard matchup if they want to get better at the game? Getting better at the game means learning the matchup, so if people want to know how to fight against Geese Howard, I don't see the issue in that. That's just learning to be a better player and learning the matchup. You're encouraging people pretty much not to do that because people are going to spam the forums and ask how to beat him. No shit, they're going to want to know how to beat him. He's a new character and we want to learn the matchup. God, that's just a stupid argument.
The parries, from what I see, are kind of annoying.
Okay, they're annoying, but they probably take timing and precision, so I don't see the issue.
I understand Jin. I understand because everyone's going to probably start thinking about this. Jin can parry. Yes, Jin can parry.
Yeah, and so can Asuka, and so can Feng Wei, and a lot of other characters.
But I want you guys to see that his parry is, if he parries you just don't hit the person.
What?
You don't hit the person, and I think he has an advantage.
Wait, what?
Plus advantage, if I'm wrong, sorry. I think he may have an advantage after he parries you.
I'm pretty sure anyone would have an advantage over you after they parry your ass. In Street Fighter 3, you actually got plus frames during a parry, which means you could counter-attack them. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure any game ever, if you parry someone, you do have the upper hand and advantage, because it takes skill to parry someone in a video game. I mean, it's just common nature. It's just how it is.
But Geese Howard parries you and slams you back down. So
does Asuka. If Asuka parries your punches or kicks, she throws you on the ground, giving her decent Oki advantage. So the fact that Geese can do the same thing isn't really something new to Tekken. It's not like you haven't played against an Asuka or anything. Or do you even play this game? Because if you did, you would know Asuka's parry throws you on the ground too. Whatever.
And it seems like he can parry pretty much anything.
Well, yeah, that's actually kind of unique about him. But as long as the parries are fair and balanced, I don't think that's going to be really an issue. Especially if it has a strict timing window of when you need to parry something.
Now, I understand Asuka has a parry kind of similar to his.
Oh, okay. So she does know about Asuka's parry. I think.
But the thing is, Asuka can't parry everything.
Well, yeah. If she could, that'd be kind of a little busted. Especially considering the fact that she can hold down her parry. So the fact that she can hold down her parry but not parry everything, it kind of balances out. Because if you could just hold down the parry button and someone doesn't attack, guess what? They're fucked. Because if she could parry everything, it would make her completely unbalanced. So, yes, the fact that you can't parry everything with Asuka makes it balanced.
She can't parry like certain moves and stuff. Now, it would be great if Geese Howard couldn't parry lows.
Well, maybe if he had to put in a different input for lows to parry lows and a different input for mids and highs, kind of like Dead or Alive, then yeah, I think that would be a better idea.
If he can parry lows, then we're screwed, because we all know when Asuka does a parry, you can just low kick her and probably grab her.
Not really, because you can parry lows in Dead or Alive, but you have to do a certain input for that, and you also have to do the same thing for mids and highs and lows. So if Geese can parry both highs and lows, but maybe he has to do a down back motion to parry lows, then that's not even an issue. Besides, technically every character in the game can low parry, and you can get a combo off low parries with every character in the game. So, I mean, technically speaking, every character can low parry. It's just damage reduction. So, again, I don't see the argument here. You can low parry in the game to begin with every other character. It might be the same thing with Geese Howard. Maybe if he does a parry, you can do a delayed hop kick, or do a throw, or do something like that. It might be the same thing with Geese Howard as it might be with Asuka. So, again, I don't see the issue.
With Geese Howard, I'm not sure. These are all based on my predictions.
Well, yeah, no one knows yet. Not a lot of details have been released about Geese Howard, unfortunately. But that's kind of what's fun about knowing the surprise.
I'm not saying that this is for certain, this is going to happen.
I can assure you, I don't think those parries will be overpowered. I highly, highly doubt it.
But the parries look a little bit too OP in my opinion. Now, but I saw Geese Howard like parry Elisa's chainsaw. Like,
I mean, why not? Why not let a character parry highs? It's not like every other character can parry highs. And I understand it's a rage art, but still, the fact that he could parry rage arts, and again, if you can do it within a certain time window and it's actually fair the way you parry things with Geese Howard, then it's totally fair for someone to parry their rage art if they're skilled enough to do so. So, who cares?
Like, how does that work? How could you parry a chainsaw? Like, from what I see, it looks a little bit too overpowered.
This isn't the 90s where fighting games were unbalanced. Tekken 7 is arguably the most fair and balanced fighting game out there right now, to be quite honest with you. There's only 4 characters where you can really consider them to be low tier and not as good as the rest of the cast. Otherwise, the characters feel extremely balanced in this game, especially Akuma as well, which again, you don't think is balanced apparently. But who knows? Maybe Geese Howard will make the game unbalanced, and maybe he will be the best character in the game, and maybe he will make the game pay to win. Get a fucking clue.
I'm not really excited for these villainous, overpowered characters making their way into Tekken 7.
Not every villainous character is overpowered. Let's get that out of the way right now.
Now, I understand that people, would probably ask me, okay, you're not excited for Geese.
Yeah, how the fuck are you not excited for Geese Howard? I don't know, maybe because you don't play Tekken or King of Fighters. Gee, maybe that's a thought.
Geese Howard. So who would you like to see?
Well, I mean, I do like a lot of characters in Tekken, and if I had to pick one guest character that would be for DLC 2, I think Akira from Virtua Fighter would be really cool. He was really fun in Dead or Alive, and of course, Virtua Fighter respectively, but I think Akira would be really sick for Tekken. Thanks for asking, by the way.
Well, that all depends. If Bandai Namco, Katsuhiro Harada, is going to make a new character from the Tekken series, then I'd love to see a character like Brian Fury, but a female version.
Oh my god.
Meaning that she has Brian Fury's ego. She has Brian Fury's personality. No.
Okay, I can kind of see where she's going with this, but the DLC Season Pass says second guest character. They're not gonna make another brand new Tekken character. And they made several brand new characters in Tekken 7. Josie, Lucky Chloe, Katarina, Shaheen, Gigas. I mean, the list goes on, but, like, they're not going to make another brand new Tekken character. They're going to implement another guest character for the last DLC expansion. So, a female Brian Fury type of character is probably most likely 120% not gonna happen until maybe a new Tekken game comes out. Who knows? Maybe Tekken 8 will have a Brian Fury replacement, just like Marduk had with Gigas. Who knows?
Not necessarily the same moves as Brian, but I'd like to see somebody who's like that, but a female version.
Oh boy. Again, I really doubt it'll happen.
Because, to be honest, I feel like we have too many characters that kinda are too cute in a way. Like, Lucky Chloe is an example. Elisa is an example. Xiao Yu an example. I don't want to continue to see characters like that.
Yeah, but let's not forget the sexual Anna Williams, or the badass yet sexy Nina Williams, or the just there for sex appeal Katarina Alves, or any other female character out there, or the whiny bitchy Josie Rizal, or the stuck-up rich girl Lily, or the tomboy-esque character Asuka Kazama. You know, it's not like there's only 3 cute characters and the rest aren't really exactly cute. I mean, I guess Asuka's kind of cute, maybe, but her persona is mainly just, you know, I'm a tomboy, I hit tough, and I hit like a truck, and I'm a fucking badass bitch, I guess, right? And who cares if most of the female characters are cute? I don't see how they all are cute. Again, the only 3 you listed I can actually consider to be quote-unquote cute characters, and maybe Miharu, but she's kind of a dead character. So what she's basically saying here is she doesn't want a second guest character. She wants a gender-bent Brian Fury who's mentally fucking insane and wants to destroy people. I'm down for that, but I don't think that's gonna happen until maybe a Tekken 8 or a Tekken 9 or maybe even a Tekken Tag Tournament 3. I really genuinely don't see that happening. And to be quite honest, that sounds like some OC shit, and that's honestly pretty cringy.
That I want to see characters that have a backbone. I'm sorry. I'd love to see a character that has backbone because I already have Nina. Nina's awesome.
Well, fuck yeah, Nina is awesome.
And Master Raven is just as cool.
Well, guess what? Master Raven is just a gender bent of Raven. Pretty much the same moves and same pretty much character and motives, really. I mean, so you saying a female Brian Fury would happen, well, I mean, good for you. I'm pretty sure you're one of those people who also said, man, why can't we have a female Raven? And then Harada's like, oh shit, maybe we should do that. And then they listen to idiots like you and actually do it. It wouldn't have made a difference if Raven was still a guy or they included Master Raven. They play pretty much the same. I don't really see much of a difference. Granted, I haven't played against a lot of Ravens online, so I guess I can't really say. But I don't really see any major differences between Raven and Master Raven. But then again, I haven't fought a lot of them, so what am I to say?
And let's say if, you know, a guest character-wise, if it was a guest character...
It will be a guest character. The final DLC is going to include a guest character no matter what.
I know I'm probably one of the only people saying this, but I would like to see, Snake from Metal Gear Solid.
Well, to be honest, I think Snake would be kind of cool for Tekken, but the thing is, there's a whole debacle with Konami right now, and I'm pretty sure they're done with the Metal Gear franchise. And on top of that, Snake isn't even a fighting game character. And before you bring up, oh, but they put him in Smash Brothers Brawl, no, Smash Brothers is not a fucking fighting game. And yes, while Snake was cool to play in Smash Bros. Brawl, and I did have fun with Snake in Smash Bros. Brawl and Project M, he's not a fighting game character, and so far the guest characters that have been in Tekken are both from fighting game franchises. So it's most likely that the last guest character is going to be from another fighting game franchise. We don't know who that'll be yet, as I'm making this video, but having Snake, a non-fighting game character in Tekken 7, doesn't seem that likely.
I'd love to see him actually if he was in Tekken 7, because I feel like he would be more in the storyline and he would help out probably Nina, since Snake is more of like a spy, and he's a mysterious person, and I feel like Nina and Snake could probably do something to find Jin or something, or to save the Mishima Zaibatsu.
This is sounding some like fanfiction shit right here, but please continue.
Or he can work alongside with Master Raven, since they're like top secret type of people, and it would just be awesome. Either way it goes. Lastly, if they're trying to bring in a legacy character, then you already know, probably Anna Williams. It's so weird to have one of the sisters in the game and not both.
Most people don't want Anna Williams. They want Lei Wulong. Everyone has been always asking, where the hell is Lei Wulong? And to be honest, I feel like there's other better legacy characters out there. Trust me, I think Anna Williams is a pretty decent character, but to be honest, I miss Armor King. I really do. I loved Armor King back in Tekken Tag 2, and especially when I played Tekken 5 as a kid. I loved Armor King. But I really don't think that the demand really wants to bring Anna Williams back. I think if they are going to bring a legacy character with a completely unique fighting style, it would have to be Lei Wulong. It's just how it is.
It's just weird.
I mean, not really. Nina and Anna Williams play kind of similarly because they both have the same fighting style and they were both raised against the same adult. So I really don't see why it would be such a necessary requirement for Anna Williams to be in the game. And yes, some people make the argument, well, if you're going to have King in the game, why isn't Armor King in the game? And yes, you are a little bit right to that. I wish Armor King was in the game, but I'm not losing sleep over it. I have two of my favorite characters in the game, Feng Wei and Dragunov, and I also have additional characters I like Nina and Kazuya. So all the characters I want in the game are pretty much there. The only characters I truly want back are Armor King, Julia Chang, and maybe Lei Wulong. But I'm not losing sleep over it.
Hopefully I'm not. Hopefully he's released, and that I'm all wrong. And
I really hope you're wrong too. Oh wait, you have been this entire video.
And that I don't have anything to worry about.
You're not going to have to worry about anything in ranked battle, sweetie. I can promise you that.
In ranked battle. But if he is going to be another quote-unquote OP character like Akuma was,
which he won't,
all I have to say is, I'm sorry, Bandai Namco, but that was predictable.
Did she really just quote Geese Howard as, oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe she did that. You know what? It's okay. Whatever.
This was Jenny Hearts Games. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.
Hopefully I won't, but that was just how it is. Alright, that was quite a doozy of a video. I know that took quite a while and we had to go over a lot of bullshit in that video, but hopefully you guys understood where I was coming from. And, Jenny, was it? Look, I'm not trying to say you were completely wrong in that video, but you were completely wrong in that video. And I'm really looking forward to Geese Howard, and I hope you are as well. So hopefully none of this shit will ever happen again, where you think the next DLC guest character will be overpowered. I swear, if they announce Akira as the third guest character for Tekken 7, and she makes another video saying, oh, Akira looks overpowered, I swear to God, I'm going to actually lose it. But yeah, that was it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and let me know what you guys are looking forward to when it comes to Geese Howard. I'm looking forward to Geese Howard. I'm not a KOF player myself, but I really do like Geese Howard's character, and again, I loved him in Capcom vs. SNK 2. So hopefully Harada can deliver on Geese Howard being really awesome, and I really think he genuinely can. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.